We're planting beets in our giant grow bag.
Sponsored by Stop Before You Dig. Call Digger's Hotline first. Call 3 business days before you dig. It's the law. It's completely free and it's for your safety. Know what's below before you dig. It's your responsibility. Call Digger's Hotline or visit them at diggershotline.com.
We like growing beets. Beets are a nice crop to grow, and we're going to grow them in this giant grow bag. Now, when planting beets, you can plant about 9 per square foot. You plant them about a half an inch. So for me, I always think it's like up to my first knuckle, and they take about 55 days to mature to get your beets, and they're a root crop, so they're going to grow below the soil, but you can eat the tops as well, the beet greens. We like to pickle them or ferment them. So I'm just going to plant them, I think, about 10 per side here of this grow bag. So let's see, 1, 2, maybe probably like 12 actually, I think, because 3 groups of 4. So I'm gonna get those planted here. Now beets do well once the soil is once you're out of a hard freeze, and if you want to plant them in containers, that's good. Last year we had a little bit of trouble because we planted them and then it got cold, really wet, and then cold, and we think they just kind of rotted in the soil. So if you want to plant them in containers, that's good, or in the soil, whatever you choose. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these planted, and then I'll get them covered up here. Now they do grow. The seeds come in a cluster, so there's between like 4 or 5-ish seeds in that little cluster. That's just how the seeds, when the plant produces a seed, that's just what happens. So sometimes you have to come in and thin them out if you have too many beets. And you don't want to transplant them, you just kind of thin them out. So that's why it's important just to plant 1 per hole and not to plant a whole bunch, because there's already a couple seeds there anyway. So there you have the beets. They're easy to plant, easy to grow, many things. They're very, very good for you as well. And you can eat the beet portion, you can also eat the greens. So we planted these beets a little over 2 months ago, about that, and now they're ready to harvest. We just put them in this 60-gallon grow bag with some good soil from Sioux Compost, and we've harvested a couple, but now we want to get a second planting, so we're just going to go ahead and pull out the rest. And as you can see, that's just a nice happy beet. There is some splitting on there, but that's okay, it happens. We introduced the irrigation a couple weeks ago, and that's really helped progress the growth of the beets. So we got a couple here to harvest, and I think these are probably some of the largest beets we've grown, and we're really pleased with how they've come out. So after we get these beets pulled out, we're going to go ahead, we're going to revitalize the soil with more compost and some fertilizer. Now, it's not recommended typically to take your crop and put another crop, the same crop, on top of it, but since we're going to revitalize it and add the fertilizer, we feel it's fine in this situation. And since beets grow fairly quickly, it'll be okay. And like I said, this is probably one of the nicest harvests we've had. And I think that's due to the fact that we have the irrigation. We've had this nice, really loose soil that they're growing in, and just some happy beet seeds, happy beet growth all the way around. For more information, please visit thewisconsinvegetablegardener.com.